Good evening, Stosh fans. Welcome back to the Stosh channel. It's about 95 degrees here back east. I've heard of heat waves in Arizona. Was it something like 130 degrees or something outrageous? At least over 120 or 120. When I was there one time, it was like 117. We've had a heat wave up here east for what it seems like 2, maybe even 3 weeks now. It's insane. Is it weather modification? Is it the global warming, the global climate change? Or is it UFO interference? Are UFOs malevolent? ETs, ET phone home, extraterrestrials? What do you guys think? I think I'm going to do, I should have called this part 1. I like this topic. The alien landing at Roswell, was it a weather balloon? I like that one. Were there hieroglyphics on the side? Oh, I lost my one viewer. Shit. Bob Lazar certainly seemed to know what he's talking about. The craft always looked like a 1950s one, though. I actually had the model from Revell. It looked like the Nazi craft. I have a lot of videos about Nazi ice bases and stuff. Don't know if I really believe in that, but I like the idea of it. But anyway. What about the blonde alien people? The tall, slender ones? The small grays? The grays supposed to be a suit, right? Betty and Barney Hill? Early interracial relationship, so they could have been panicked. Do you believe in that story? That was a great one. But now nothing seems to compare to the, at least, I'll have to say, recent disclosures. The interview of the Air Force guy, the F-18 pilot on Joe Rogan's show, was incredible. I mean, there's even footage of it coming up on their machine. And Rantingly and Drudge Report and these alternative sites seem to have more and more stories about UFOs. There were sightings by the Belgian Air Force and things like that, all reported. And then there's the whole triangle thing. I love the Whitney Schreiber stories, but I don't know. He seems like he wants to get abducted sometimes, and his latest book seems like a little bit like kind of strange. Kind of like Kathleen O'Brien, Transformation of America. People love that book, but I don't know. It looks a little far out. I'm not saying that it hasn't really happened to people, that MK Ultra isn't real and all that stuff. I'm just saying I don't know about that book. But anybody read that one? Don't hate me. I'm going to get back to the guy that was asking about the James Shelby Down. Good question. I didn't really know if he was talking about Cirrus as a topic of discussion, or there was an actual interview that Grimstead did with James Shelby Down, it or not. I got some pretty good ones of him showing the Kern Gate and the Journey of Death. I've probably made the most YouTubes about him, but I don't know. What's up? Pedro Rojas, my brother. Briefly talking about UFOs tonight and the recent sort of major disclosures is kind of becoming commonplace. Is it really going to happen? Did you catch the Joe Rogan interview with the F-18 pilot? He seemed quite lucid. It was quite amazing. I think as far as the footage, whatever, it went beyond anything I've ever seen. There's been years of debunking, and a lot of people said that Roswell was something to throw it off. I've talked to people from NASA themselves or related to them saying that there's large budgets going, and they have actually encouraged people to talk about UFOs. Have you seen one? Did you grow up near an Air Force base? I've heard some pretty damn good stories. President Jimmy Carter believed he saw one. Who's some other famous people? There's some famous people who have spotted them. But how you doing, Pedro? Great to see you. Brief show tonight. I decided to get on with my aviators to talk about a favorite subject. How about the Skinwalker Ranch? I think have they already done a bigger documentary of that? There's a spectacular book on it, and George Knapp of Coast to Coast fame has done some awesome coverage of Skinwalker Ranch. That has everything in the mix. Sightings of all kind of unexplained things, and the magic, cultural differences between indigenous people and other American people, and the stories of the shamanic aspect of it. So that's in the mix. That's an interesting concept. So Bill Cooper talked about it, and then they put out Bob Lazar to kind of quell it. That's interesting. I'm not going to say yay or nay, but have you heard the thing about how Bill Cooper kind of called bullshit or called out Alex Jones? I don't know. I don't know. Bill Cooper probably would have to be considered the modern father of the so-called conspiracy theory stuff, right? Definitely. Behold a Pale Horse. Very interesting book. I suppose other popular guys who came after him, they definitely looked at his work and kind of structured a lot of their stuff around him. There would be in the left-wing camp, Ma Brussel, and there's a Paranoia magazine has been out again. To the guy who's talking about James Shelby Downard, the only sources that I know are Adam Gorightly, Michael Hoffman, Craig Hambacher, Adam Palfrey's publishing house, Paranoia magazine, and Adam Gorightly is supposed to be coming out with a huge one, allegedly, on James Shelby Downard. I did not know that. I did not know. I thought he was shot by agents or something, wasn't he? Or did I got that wrong? I know Jim Keith was at the famous conspiracy guy Jim Keith was at the Burning Man, and he sustained an injury, I think, to his knee, and then he went to a hospital room, and he didn't make it out there. Bill Cooper, I thought was actually shot directly by agents somehow, but I don't know. But that's interesting. I must look that up. So we have from Pedro Rojas Cervantes. Did you know that Bill Cooper was run off the road while riding his Goldwing, lost his leg, got a visit in the hospital room? Oh, so he didn't die in that. Am I right that he was killed by U.S. agents in a confrontation? The guy who wrote Bloodlines of the Illuminati, Fritz Spinsmeyer, Bloodlines of the Illuminati, with a tremendous cover. I'm not willing to say what I think of his work. I did check it out. I thought it was very interesting, but kind of dramatic, kind of general. He apparently got arrested in a bank robbery. Oh yeah, I did the shortwave. Did you ever see that movie with Christian Slater, Pirate Radio or something? That was cool. So Adam Gorightly has a good sense of humor. He's a Discordian. Has one of the best books on the Manson family, with the best cover art, anyway. There's a pretty good book on James Shelby Downard, and he's I was told by somebody on here that he's going forth with another one. Adam Pelfrey of I forget the name of his publishing company that did a lot of the stuff, has passed away, unfortunately. One of his books, Lords of Chaos, was actually made into a movie starring Macaulay, among others, Macaulay Culkin, whatever his name is, the kid from Home Alone. He's now obviously an adult now, and he plays one of the Norwegian death metal guys. Lords of Chaos. All the books from that company are pretty damn wild, and Carnivals of Life and Death, or whatever, is the early life. Oh, maybe they're gonna make it. Maybe that's it. The Notes of Downard, and part 2 is coming out. Yeah, somebody told me about that. Check me out. I have some pretty good paranoid kind of music slideshow videos of King Kill 33, a number of tributes to James Shelby Downard with wild pictures on them that you may or may not have seen. Kind of based on some obscure lectures about the man, the myth, the legend. The suits were not pleased about Bill's shortwave broadcast warning folks about the deception. Cool. He was very dramatic speaker. I was telling somebody tonight about Father Malachi Martin. He was he was the biggest guest of Coast to Coast AM, and Bill Cooper had this. Like, he was the original conspiracy guy with his voice had this urgency in it. It was like, actually, there's a number of very famous, well-connected hip-hop rap guys that are fans of Bill Cooper. Very interesting that they are. I think possibly the guys from the NWA or whatever it's called now. I don't know if you know what? Maybe one of the guys from the Wu-Tang Clan. I don't know. You know, I've heard that name Wu-Tang Clan for years. I've seen the T-shirts. I've never heard one of their songs. And funny thing is, they for some reason they own the rights to a bunch of really cool kung fu movies, and they put them out there. Anybody aware of that? I'm going off the topic, but this sort of is in with the UFO thing. Talking UFOs, like it or not, as far as I know, the best footage and the greatest story comes from Joe Rogan's show. That interview with the Air Force pilot was pretty damn good. Bob Lazar got on there, and I see what you're saying, but I guess he was pretty interesting on there. Or he was able to back up his scientific stuff. To tell you the truth, I was never really impressed with the UFO that he presented. It looked kind of like a retro's 50s. I mean, it was cool, but it looked like kind of retro's 50s thing, and didn't really look more souped up than any modern major nation's top of the line fighter jets to me. I don't know. It just looked like a frisbee disc. I don't know. I don't know what PRC thinks of it. I thought it was not that great. The descriptions of the Skinwalker Ranch actually, some of the things in that book remind me of things that people have told me off the record serving in theater in Iraq. That there is some countermeasures and perimeter guarding devices that they didn't really want to tell me exactly, but you know, they are robotic in nature, and basically if you see them you're all done, and so forth. And some of the parts, some of the great scenes of the book on the Skinwalker Ranch, which escapes me, I'll put it in the liner notes. That's one of those ones I recommend you to hear on Audible rather than read, by the way. I know that sounds like cheating, but that's one of those books that you want to, if you do the Amazon you Audible, then that's a good one to Audible up. because it's kind of a tedious read, but it's a great listen. It's one of those kind of things. I think a lot of that paranormal stuff is. I think that's the reason for the incredible, long-standing popularity of Coast to Coast AM. Yeah, right. Yeah, his shtick was kind of the same. I guess I'm seeing a lot of more, excuse me, postings on this YouTube of Alex stuff. So he's banned, I guess, but I guess it's sort of some other guys are showing it again or something. I don't know. I believed on some level he said I'm an entertainer or whatever. I didn't come with enough cases tonight. Definitely some great sightings. Anybody listening, have you cited any decent UFO sightings? I used to do ones of like, NASA has shut down the feed. A message got retracted. Did that mean you erased your own, or did you get censored, my friend? Censored. There is some censoring. This channel here is demonetized, actually. Of course, it's a Stash channel. Forbidden. Well, my friends, I'm pretty beat. Just checking in. This is going to be part one. I think some other night this week. Let's start talking about UFO cases. TRC, my friend, if you have any good ones. Or if you saw my last one, have any good bars or clubs or restaurants, great music clubs near you, have they shut down? That's I want to do part two of that one. That is extremely disturbing to me, my friends. All right. It's only Tuesday. It's August the 12th. It's 200 degrees where I am. I believe it's 300 degrees in Arizona. Keep fighting the good fight, my friends. And Pedro, good to see you, my brother. Sorry, I got tired. I got hot over here. That's a very interesting reporting. Damage control. They trotted out Bob Lazar. Bob Lazarus. My friend, great. Thank you so much for checking in with me. Anybody else got any good UFO stories? I think I'm going to do part two on this soon. Sorry I was a little sloppy in this. I really only brought up the Skinwalker and the comments of Joe Rogan and his guest, but that was interesting to me. I mean, they released what was purported to be actual footage from in the cockpit and the strange, that and there's more and more stories about this coming in the news. Is it the actual Iron Mountain? Are we looking at a false flag UFO operation coming, or a thing because the debt is so high that they need to distract the masses with possible UFO sightings? I don't know. It's really just awesome to think about. All right, my friends. I can't give myself a thumbs up? Jeez. All right. Oh, cool. Oh, you mean the good alien, bad alien? What's your view on that? Are they all malevolent? Or are you getting at what I was saying, that they put it out there to kind of protect the massive budget? I don't know. There's so many rumors. There was that the space shuttle had actually seen something, that the actual guys who went on the moon saw something on the other side. Of course, there's the numerous ones that Stanley Kubrick filmed it, and it was all baloney. I think we went to the moon. It's too expensive. We can't get back up there. But, I don't know. The Russians say we didn't, I guess. And up until recently, and up until the efforts of Elon Musk, as far as we know, we couldn't get up to the space station. Now we can again. And the Russians were like, don't make fun of our space program, because it was a long time before you could fucking get back up there, comrade. Nah, God bless America. Project Red Light. Cross-reference to Bill Cooper. All right, everyone. Anybody listening, check that out from Pedro Rojas Cervantes. Look up Project Red Light, cross-reference to Bill Cooper. You got it. I will talk to you later. Okay, my friend, sorry this was a short show. I will check on you when I can. Thanks so much for Pedro Rojas Cervantes for coming in with my always strange rants here on the YouTube ski. God bless everyone. God bless Pedro. Check you soon, my brother. Thanks for that talk. Anybody below in the comments field, if you feel like it, comment me your favorite UFO story. Have you seen one? Were you lucid at the time? Peace out. God bless everybody.